I am a student massage therapist with Hocking College in Nelsonville, Ohio, and I'm here with you all at the Ross County Recovery Council to speak about stress relief massage today. I know recovering from whatever your various addiction may have been can be an extremely stressful situation, or just dealing with life can be stressful sometimes. So we're going to work on how we can take care of ourselves to get through those moments of stress when we're ready to kill someone. So first we're going to talk about what stress is and what it does to your body. I'm going to read you guys a quote from one of my favorite authors. His name is Charles Swindoll. He says, "The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of my attitude on life. Attitude to me is not more important than the facts. It's more important than the past, the education, the money, the circumstances, the failures, the successes, than what other people think, say, or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will break away my company. It will make or break my company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude that we will embrace for the day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play the string we have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you, that we are in charge of our own attitudes. And so I want to present to you guys that the idea that stress is all about the attitude you take towards the situation. When something happens, you can choose to get angry about it, you can choose to be mad about it, you can choose to be sad about it, or you can choose to embrace it, take the stress, accept the stress, and deal with the stress. And that moment that you decide what you're going to do and the attitude you take defines how the rest of that problem is going to play out. For myself personally, I have been through 2 divorces. The first divorce, I took the road of anger for a very long time. When I finally got to the point where I took the attitude and said, I'm not going to be angry about this anymore, I was able to accept it and move on, and the stress got better. And the second time around, I decided to take that road from the get-go and picked myself up by the bootstraps and started massage school. And here I am a year later, almost done with school, and making a life for myself and my son, regardless of my past. And you guys can do that too. It's all about the choice that you make in that moment that defines you. It's not about that you have the problem, you fell down, you're dealing with it. It's about how you pick yourself up and move on from that point. So now we're going to talk about how the stress, when you make that decision, if you decide to take the stressful route, what it's going to do to you. In the long run, it can affect your body in a lot of different ways. When we're stressed out, the first thing we feel is like our heart rate starts to rise, we get real angry, you feel hot, you're upset. Those are like just short-term things of what stress does to you. When the adrenaline is released from your kidneys, and you just start to get pumped up about it. But over the long term, stress can really be detrimental to your body. First thing it can do to you is cause a headache, cause muscle tension and pain, and then it can cause chest pain. You can actually start to feel like you're having a heart attack. Fatigue, so you're not sleeping at night. Change in your sex drive. Stomach upsetness, stomach ulcers can actually be caused by too much stress. And then also sleep problems, which goes in hand with the fatigue. You just can't shut down. You got too much adrenaline going through your body. And then it starts to affect your mood. When it starts to affect your mood, you start to become anxious a lot. You start to have a lot of restlessness. You lose your motivation in life. You become irritable and angry. And then we move from that on to depression, which is the latest stage of stress. So you really got to get that under control before you get into the depression phase, because it's a little harder to turn it around once you get there. And then it also starts to affect your behavior after that. You can either start to overeat or undereat, depending on the type of person you are. Then you become angry outburst kind of person. Somebody just says one thing that kind of bugs you and you flip out. Then you can become addicted to drugs and alcohol is the next step in that. And then tobacco use is also a form some people use as stress management, but it's actually a negative effect on your body in the long run. And then you also can become socially withdrawn, so that you see the depression full circle again. So you start to draw into yourself and shut off the world instead of embracing the world. So what can we do about our stress? There's everybody's stressed in some way or another. In fact, 90% of Americans live in a chronic state of stress. It's hard to say. So what can we do about it? Is there anything we can do? There's several things you can do. You can seek out talk therapy. You can seek out friendships, religious affiliations as a way to deal with your stress. Massage therapy is a very good way to deal with stress, and that's actually what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. I'm going to teach you how to give yourself a self-stress relieving massage. So what we're going to do, feel free to participate. There's a certain amount of things with massage therapy that by doing it, you learn it. If you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. I have a handout you guys get to take home that has the directions on it on how to do this. So if you're not comfortable doing it with the group, you can. I'll be doing it, and you can watch and learn. Okay, so the first thing we need to do when we get into a stressful situation is take a time out. Separate yourself from the situation, even if it's your children. Go to the bathroom, lock the door. Attempt to make yourself a quiet space. Even if it can't be fully quiet, at least it's better than being right in the heart of the situation. Okay? Then you want to sit down, even if it's on the toilet, at least you're sitting down. Turn off the light in the bathroom. Try to make yourself a safe, quiet place. Okay, and then we're going to sit, and the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take our hands, we're going to put them right here in the corners of our eyes, and you're going to let the weight of your head hang on your thumbs. Okay, and then you'll move out a little bit. Keep moving out towards the edge of your eye. All the way out like this. Okay, when you get to the edge of your eye, you're going to slide your hands back like this. And this is the part where we all look goofy, and it's okay because everybody looks goofy. You're going to make small circles with your hands. Make some funny faces, and you sound funny when you're trying to talk and you're doing it. And make sure you go both directions. Okay, this is going to relieve the tension in your forehead and your face muscles, especially if you've been angry and you're yelling. This is a really good way to get that kind of relaxed, okay? And then you're going to slide your hands back just a little bit to the edge of your ears. And you're going to take your hands up and down the sides of your ears. Make sure you're going right over top of your ear. Our ears are actually a way that we can connect with our entire body by rubbing them. They have a reflexive point that reaches every inch of your body. So this can send relaxing sensations everywhere. Okay? Now you're going to take your hands at the edge of your ears, slide them around the back, and I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to take your fingers, they're going to look like this, okay? But they're on the back of your head, okay? And just right there at the edge of your skull, just knead on it a little bit, kind of like you would some dough. Okay, it's going to look like this. Knead on it a little bit. Up and down, all around. Okay, and then you're going to take your fingers, go ahead and straighten them out. They'll be more like this. Still there on the back of your head. Slide up your scalp. And then give yourself a little scratch on the way back down. That always feels nice, right?
No wonder we need a quiet spot, because then everybody thinks you got fleas or headlights.
Give yourself that a couple times, okay? Keep that. There you go. Now we're going to take our hands. They're kind of like this on the base of your skull, right? Turn them upside down like this, okay? And put your thumb straight out like you're hitchhiking, okay? And you're going to squeeze one side then the other all the way down your neck. So it'll look like this. Squeeze, kind of like you're milking a cow, all the way down to the base of your neck. And do that 3 or 4 times. Every move you can do as many times. Some of the moves you'll like more than others. You can do them as many times as you like. So all the way down a couple times. Okay. Then we're going to take our hands. We're going to bring them around to the front of our face like this. Like you used to when you were a kid. And spread it back out like this. And then down to your chin. And you'll bring your hands into what we call prayer pose. Okay? When you have your hands here in prayer pose, you keep your eyes closed. Take a couple of really deep breaths. And in the massage world, we go 3 times like this. Once for me, once for my family, and once for my community. We bring it back down, and then we go up and we stretch. Reach up as high as you can. Sometimes you get the urge to stretch one way or the other. Just go with it. If you feel like you should go one direction or the other, just kind of stretch out that back a little bit. And then you bring your hands back down. Remember, we're seated, so we're going to put our hands right here on our thighs. With our eyes closed for just a couple seconds. Give yourself a few minutes. This is about you. And don't forget that. This is about your time and your minute to get chilled out, right? Breathe deeply. Relax. As you're breathing, imagine the problem going out with every breath that you let out. And release and relaxation coming in with every breath you take in. So take about 10 nice deep breaths. Breathe in the relaxation. Breathe out the stress. Then very slowly, you'll stand back up, turn on the light, go back out, and you'll be ready to face the world again. These few minutes, that probably took us about maybe 3 or 4 minutes to do that, but we're doing it kind of quick, can make the difference between you reacting to the situation in a manner that could put you in a situation you don't want to be in, or putting you in the situation where you're in control. And that's really what this is all about, is you remaining in control of the situation. You remaining in control of your life and your direction. And just those couple of minutes can make the difference for you guys. And I hope you all enjoyed that, and we'll have a great afternoon talking about all kinds of stuff together. Thank you.